How many of you have actually ever spoken before? I always think back to the first time when I gave my first speech. I had a whole speech written out on the laptop, all the notes, every word. I was terrified. For me, I had this image that it absolutely had to be perfect. So I brought it up because that was my security blanket. Well, about 2 minutes into the speech, I got lost. And then I'm like looking at the laptop to try to find my spot. And of course, then I became extremely self-conscious. I got really hot, I got sweaty, then my face started turning red. Everybody's just kind of looking at me wondering what is going on. And of course, I completely lost myself. As a leadership coach, I started coaching right around the same time. And so I started to take some of the skills and the tools that I learned in coaching, and I said, you know what, if this coaching stuff really works, I'm gonna apply it to speaking. Because to be frankly, extremely honest with you, nothing scared me more than the fear of public speaking. Now, 3 tips I would like to share with you all today that can really help you break through anything. These are the same tips that I applied to myself, and they're basically 3 questions. The first of these questions is, what is really stopping me? And when I look back to my fear of public speaking, what was really stopping me was this image of perfection. Because I initially thought, wow, it is so extremely scary to speak. That was my initial perception. But when I really looked at it, it wasn't so much the fact that it was scary to speak. I was more so concerned with what the audience was thinking about me and how I was being judged and how insecure I really was. When I saw that, I said, wow. I was able to then have a moment to then shift all that. The second question which you really want to ask is, what's another way to look at this? As a breakthrough coach, this is all I really do. I help people just switch their perspective, because if they're looking at something one way and they don't see a possibility or a way to achieve the outcome that they want, all I do is help them look at it from a different perspective. During those first moments of speaking, I started asking myself, I said, well, what if this was the funnest thing in the world? What's the difference between fear and excitement? As soon as that occurred to me, everything changed. That was a game changer for me. All of a sudden I started being excited and going, wow, I can't wait to do that. Because the greatest thing in life is growing. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. And finally, the last question that I wanted to share with you is perhaps the best of all. What's the worst thing that can happen? You get up, you stretch yourself a little bit, you learn something new, you make some friends, you overcome some obstacles, you face some fears, and you grow as a human being. The next time you're faced with having to move a huge mountain in your life, whether it's in business, whether it's a relationship with somebody, or whether it's something personal, some goal that you really want to shift, just ask yourself, what's really stopping you? What's another way to look at this? And what's the worst thing that can happen? Those 3 questions, and I promise you, you will be able to move any mountain or dive with any shark.